Today's lesson complete with visual aids. Hey cuties, welcome back for another round of Japanese lesson time! Today's topic is adjectives, aka keiyoshi. There are two types of keiyoshi in Japanese. E-adjectives are adjectives that end in E, such as oishii, omoshiroi, sugoi, and na-adjectives are ones that end in na, such as ijiwaru na, shizuka na, kirei na. Hold the phone, that last one ended in E. True, but the sound that came before the E is A, thus making it a na-adjective. Why? Because of a lovely thing called conjugation. What are you doing? Sorry. Anyways, in English, adjectives tend to be like neutrons, but Japanese adjectives have both protons and electrons, meaning that they can change to both positive and negative form. Seriously, science jokes? Dasai. Dasakunai. Yeah, dasakatta. Dasakunakatta. Anyways, as you can see, there are 4 ways to conjugate an adjective: positive, negative, past, and negative past. The reason an E adjective is called an E adjective is because the E is what you're gonna change. In all adjectives in their regular or positive form, the E sits happily in its place, like in the adjective ureshi. However, when the adjective is feeling a bit negative, E gets all pissed off and scrunches down into a ku, and then calls over his toxically bad friend, nai. Notice we have another E in here. It will be important later. But when that adjective is holding a grudge for a really long time and just can't let it go, even though that whole problem is in the past now, ku and nai call over their biker gang buddies kata to reminisce about how angry they are. However, being a big bad biker gang, kata went and punched nai in the face and now he has no E, or shall I say I. Yeah, it was lame, I know. But as we all know, big biker gangs have hearts too and someday dream of being the next Beatles. So they like to hang out with E when the E adjective is being all positive, but of course E has to be a good host and go gets refreshments for everyone while Kata plays backgammon with the rest of the adjective. How do you come up with this stuff? I don't know. So what about the na adjectives? Do they hang out with nai and Kata? Indeed, but na adjectives are really close friends with ja, and ja is also really close friends with nai. So let's look at a na adjective. Use fukuzatsu na. Why? Because I just know this stuff is gonna get really confusing. True. So in their regular form, we just say fukuzatsu na. But personally, Na does not find this at all confusing, and so he's gonna call his friend Ja. And Ja, who doesn't go anywhere without his lackeys Nai, comes over. So Na, being a good host just like E, is gonna go get refreshments for everybody, while Janai parties with the rest of the adjective. So after the party's over, they call up Kata to see if those guys want to get a drink later to mock how not confusing that was. And the adjective then becomes fukuzatsu janakatta. Nai got punched in the face again for mixing up Kata's drinks. Speaking of mixing things up, I'm still confused. That entire explanation was really confusing. Well, then you should see the doctor. Doctor? Yeah, he's called Dr. Datta. Dr. Datta will go to the house of any na adjective and talk about the past. My head hurts from your analogy. Good, then I'm doing my job. Well, now that you know how to conjugate them, it's time to learn how to be cool while saying them. Put your sunglasses on, turn your cap to the side, and put on your purple and pink clothes. Purple and pink? Yeah, all the cool kids wear purple and pink here, duh. Now ladies, what I'm about to teach you is technically exclusive to men because the Japanese language is a tad bit sexist, but I say screw it, I use them all the time. To sound cool while using an E adjective, you need to change the E or the last 2 vowels, depending, to E. Also, these versions are only used in the moment. For example, what about na adjectives? They don't really change. You can just emphasize the na or exchange the na with John. Kantan-ja? John, like Janai, isn't that negative? Yes and no. I don't get it. How can something be both? Well, Janai is a bit bipolar and is in constant need of affirmation from its peers. Do explain. Essentially, when you want someone to agree with you, like in English when we say isn't it something or other, the way to do that is to add the negative form. For example, oshare janai or benri janai? Yume-ja? E adjectives can also use the negative form for the same purpose. For example, yasukunai? Oishikunai? Kurakunai? Got it? Omedetou! Minasan, kashikoi ne! Kore de keiyoshi no kamisama ni natta! Baka na koto iu na. Sumimasen. Thanks for watching, cuties. You can go check me out on Facebook if you want to learn some more adjectives that I didn't talk about in this video. Or if you have any questions, you can shoot them down in the comments below. Or follow me on Twitter and Tumblr. And I'll see you all Sunday. Bye! That ends with I suck already. But in Japanese, the adjectives can be he is sitting there all happy doody do. And not like a good host like, yeah, I almost had that. Dude, it's like, oh my god, like I turn into a douchebag when I wear this stuff.